All right, let's go find some more smell. Lead the way.
I think everyone wanted to go to the cheese tavern. What was it called again?
House
Oh,
of
I saw
Cheddar.
earlier. Gelf's House of Cheddar.
All
Yes,
right, everyone. All drinks on me tonight, Nicholas and I. Let's go.
You heard her double time.
Siegfried kind of jumps from the louder voice that Zara used.
She looks at Siegfried. Oh, come on, Siegfried. A drink and you'll feel so much better. Put us some cakes. And it's a celebration. And she starts walking towards House Cheddar.
Perhaps you can sing the song if you're up to it, friend.
Siegfried follows in from behind.
So you're all
I love this place.
You're all heading towards the tavern?
You've been here before, Byron.
I'm here often.
Oh, what do you think of it?
Good place, good drink, good friends.
That's my kind of tavern.
And it's close by for when I need to get away.
I hear that. I'm going to clap Byron on the shoulder.
So you're all heading towards the tavern?
Door. Yep.
Okay. As you approach the entrance to the tavern again, you see that that illusion of the outer facade, the front of the building over the entrance. You see the name of the tavern, and you see that it says Gelf's House of Cheddar in this illusory script, glowing script, and it continues to spell it out. It spells out, and then the image begins to blink a few times, and then it disappears until it just says Gelf, and then it continues on a repeat. And as you approach, you see two well-dressed men who smile and open the ornate doors for you as you approach.
Thank you, sirs.
You're quite welcome. We're not open technically for business, but obviously if you want to take a respite or have a drink, you're more than welcome to come in.
Much obliged.
And immediately your senses are assaulted with the smells of exotic spices, and you see flashing neon pink Everbright lanterns that are strategically placed around the interior of the tavern. Several men and women are all milling about the dining area, setting up chairs, seemingly for the lunch crowd. And directly in front of you, you see an L-shaped bar, and a halfling man dressed in a long-tailed coat is currently pacing on top of the long bar, deftly stepping over trays of carefully stacked crystal goblets. And he seems to be addressing a tall man flanked by armed guards. This is a most unexpected visit, Counselor. And as you can see, we are preparing for the day's festivities and services. It would be most appreciated if we could get our business done and finished. And as you can see, I'm already have early customers coming in right now. Welcome to Gelf's House of Cheddar, the only tavern in the bazaar. Sit anywhere you like. Ask my staff for anything, they will get you anything.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll be more than happy to sit down. By the way, did I hear you speaking with the Chancellor just then?
There's one of the counselors, and as he says that, you see that there is a man dressed in leathers with a cloak, and he has sort of the animalistic presence to him. He appears to be that of a shifter. And
Intriguing.
I will share what he looks like. You see very feline features, you see pointed ears. The man turns and he addresses the group of you with a nod, and then turns and looks back and says, "I have all day, Gelf. You know that. I can wait. Attend to your customers. And
Is
I
that
will
the
wait.
look he gave us?
I will wait right here. He gives you sort of like a bored glance and a nod, and his guards are all just sort of standing strategically around him. And as
Well,
as you look
I'm going to
around,
walk over to him.
okay.
I'm not going to get too close to him, though, because he has guards around him. I'm just going to introduce myself. Counselor, my name is Semi. I'm Paladin of the Silver Flame. I've just recently come to your great city, and I must say I'm impressed so far. You're doing amazing work here.
Well, within my own district, we all have separate pieces, if you will, that we're responsible for. I take it you've enjoyed your time within the bazaar and within Dura?
So far, we've enjoyed everything we've seen here. I mean, we've had little bumps and scrapes, but where don't you have those at? It's just another day in the life. But I wanted to introduce myself to you and let you know that if you ever need anything or you have any need of services of the church, remember me.
Which church did you say that you were part of again?
I am with the Silver Flames, sir.
Oh, Yathana's ilk. I see.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
If the Council of Sharn has need of your services, I'm sure that we're more than happy to take you on. Of course,
Very well.
I am only one of 17 counselors on the council. Therefore, my influence only extends as far as my district and as far as my ward is concerned. I
Well,
was just having
we
a
appreciate your
conversation.
service, sir.
And if there's anything that you need of me while you're within this ward, within any of the districts of Middle Dura, please don't hesitate to ask.
I've heard them refer to you as counselor twice, but I don't believe I caught your name.
My name is Hrut.
Hrut.
Yes.
Well met, Hrut. My name is Samael, the Reaper. If you have need of me, just let anybody at the church know, and I'll help.
It's a very interesting surname. Pick that up.
It's the only one I have.
Pick that up during the war.
Shortly after the war, actually.
Curious.
Yes, very. I'm
What
not
are
going to
you-
explain it further, but maybe you'll get to see it in action sometime.
And you watch him sort of yawn a little bit, and he runs a tongue over his canine teeth, and he looks at you and he says, "What are your plans for the rest of the day?"
Well, we've come to see this fine establishment, and I believe a few of my companions still have a couple places they want to hit around the area here. Other than that, we're just exploring the city. Might have some business in the City of the Dead as well. We're not entirely sure of that yet.
Oh. Well, you look like you can handle yourself, you and your friends.
We try our best.
Where are my manners? I introduced myself to you, but I don't know your friends' names. Greetings. I am Counselor Hrut. I am the counselor who oversees and is responsible for Middle Dura. Anything that happens within this district is under my purview, and the peoples that live within this district and within this ward are under my protection. If there's anything that I can do to help you in any way, within my ward, I will do whatever I can within my power.
Actually, Counselor, my name is Nicholas Highhill. Nice to meet you. It's an honor. My friend here, Byron, his mother-in-law has a shop here, and the head of the meat society won't give her proper meat, and
No, it's fine, sir. It's all good. Everything's
Is that
just
so? Is it
I'm
Byron?
gonna elbow Byron and grin at him.
Byron, is that you?
Yes, it is.
Step forward, man.
I'll
me-
go up to him.
Let me shake your hand. And of course, Byron, you know exactly who Harut is. He's been the counselor for this, for the entire Middle Dura for years. And you know him as a very private druid. And you know him as a very fair man. He shakes your hand warmly and he says, I see you've made some new friends. Curious.
Oh yes, I met them on the train.
So, what is this business with Lydia? Is she still running you ragged?
Oh no. She doesn't run me ragged. I just do what I can to help her. And, I am in love with her daughter, so still need to see her today.
Love is
I
a
get me one of them
strange thing.
Sundays done.
So how is Lydia?
Lydia is she's Lydia.
Your friend here mentioned that she's having some trouble with a guild representative.
When isn't she having trouble?
When did she start having trouble with Justin?
Oh no, just with rats. Just with rats.
Rats?
He's lying. She's having trouble with Justin.
What? I don't understand. I mean,
They're new, sir. They don't understand things. Everything's fine.
Lydia's been in business for years. Why would she all of a sudden have problems with Justin? It doesn't make a lick of sense.
Of course not. Everything's fine, sir. Everything's fine.
Well, you're saying everything is fine, but your friends are not agreeing.
They're
with
new.
you.
They're new.
Counselor Hood, if you don't mind me interjecting, I'll talk with Byron and them about it later. And if we find out there is a problem, we'll bring it to your office's attention immediately.
Yeah, we can do that. I don't want to bother you. You're busy. We just came to get a few drinks and celebrate my new friend's anniversary. It's a first year anniversary. They're newlyweds still, so hey, we might as well have a little drink or two.
But the least I can do is help you with Justin if you are experiencing some issues. As you know, he is all over the city at any hour of the day. I can possibly locate him for you if you want to have a conversation.
That's fine. Byron's like scratching his head, just it's okay. Yeah, everything's fine.
And looking at you, he gives you a knowing smile, and he reaches into his bag and he pulls out an atlas slate. It's a little bit fancier than the one that you, Zara, and Siegfried that you carry. This one has gold filigree, like a casing around the edges. And he holds it up, and he stares at it for a while. And as you're looking, you notice the images on the screen are not actually of a dark green or of an amber. This one seems to be an actual bird's eye view of the top of the city. And as he is staring at it for a moment, almost instantly the image magnifies several times. And he stares at it and he looks to you and he says, "Well, it appears Justin is in Lower Tabix Landing. Looks like he may be visiting some of the taverns in that area."
He's a busy man.
And he looks at the screen and he says, "Oh, he's in, what is that? Looks like he's in High Walls. Yes, he's in High Walls. Well, if he's in High Walls, then he's most definitely visiting Brasco. Brasco is the owner of the Gray Sword. You remember the Gray Sword, don't you?"
Yes, I do, sir.
I know you don't like going there. I can understand. Not many folk like to go there because of the amount of refugees from Syr that tend to spend time in that area. And of course there's the Bolramar clan and their influence in that area. And as he says the Bolramar clan, you hear someone pipe up and say, "What was that, Herb? What was that you said?"
Nothing. Drink your drink.
Well, it looks like he's there right now. He's in High Walls, so if that's where who you intend to speak to next, then I can't speak for how long he'll remain in High Walls, but that's where he is now.
Well, we're here to celebrate, and it was good to see you, sir.
Indeed. If you excuse me, I'm going to finish my conversation with Gelf.
It was a pleasure, sir. Hope to see you again.
I didn't get the rest of your names. I know you, Nicholas, and of course I know you, Byron, and Samael, the Reaper, as you called it.
Yes, sir. This is Nicholas's wife, Zara, behind me here, and this is my bard friend, Siegfried. He's quite famous up in the Terrain region where I'm from.
Siegfried.
Yes, Siegfried Lockhart. Yeah,
I apologize. I've never heard of you.
it's fine. I was quite famous a bit before the morning, but since then I've kind of laid low.
That's understandable. Well, I will leave you to your business and finish mine with Gelf. Perhaps our paths will cross again someday.
We can only hope, sir. Have a great day.
You as well. And he turns his attention back to Gelf, who is still very precariously pacing the counter and has been this entire time, just sort of stepping deftly over trays of crystal goblets. And you notice there are many tables with chairs set up in this the interior of this tavern, and they all are impeccably laid out with silverware and tablecloths, and some of them in the corners appear to have some sort of strange box device that is centered in the middle of the round tables. And there are these what look like they almost look like helmets, and the helmets there's several of them, and they're resting on these braces in the center of the table. You also see elaborate paintings strategically placed around the walls. And one of the interesting things about these paintings is that they appear to be almost like pictures. Like it's like looking out of a window. They don't look like flat surfaces. It almost looks like you could open a window and crawl into that world. And the image shifts as you walk by it, as you're staring at the frame and staring at the image within the picture frame. The image shifts as you look at it, almost as if it has a three-dimensional quality to it.
Well, how about we sit right here? Waiter, if you could get some spiced wine and a couple knives to cut cakes with.
Byron, I hope we didn't put you out of sorts with a good counselor there.
Oh no, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
What do you think of Counselor Harut?
He's a good man.
Good, good. He seemed like it. Very straightforward.
Has no nonsense. We'll get things done, but a lot of people overburden him way too often, and simple things, we can, always accomplish ourselves.
Maybe we could take a little bit of that burden off of him and make a powerful friend.
Oh, that would be good.
You seem like the opportunistic one, Samael.
You know, I've learned a long time ago that I am not strong enough to take on the entire world. In order to fight the world, you need an army, and an army is not me.
Very wise.
Or very foolish. Time will tell.
Waiter, waiter.
Oh, yes, miss. Hello, I apologize. What can I do for you?
If I could get some spiced wine for all these lovely people here, and a
Except
couple.
for me, Ale.
Okay.
Spiced
Spiced
wine?
ale, spiced wine, spiced ale. I don't know. Whatever. I'm paying.
Spiced wine, ale? Not for the whole table, I see.
Yes.
Okay, right away. I'll be right back. And the man rushes away towards the bar and then into the kitchen.
Siegfried kind of sinks in his seat.
So, guys, I was sitting there thinking while I was locked away in the closet and y'all were out having your little adventure. It seems like the group of us here are going to be fairly intertwined and we're going to be adventuring together for quite some time. I would like to have a talk with all of you about our tactics in the previous battle, if that's at all possible.
Yes.
Well, we were downstairs and we heard something upstairs. And we proceeded to go upstairs, but the bard led the way. And I understand that some of you are more stealthy than others, but if we know there's a potential enemy present and we're going to be working as a group in the near future, perhaps it would be best if I went up their shield first, being most heavily armored, followed by Byron, who is second most physically combat ready of the group. Then you, Nicholas, and perhaps Siegfried should follow up behind that. Zara, I hate to say it, and I know you're very brave, but I would appreciate it if you would take up the rear, being the healer. You'll be able to best keep an overview of the battle and see how things are going and move people in and out as need be.
Yes, I'm all right with that.
Sounds awful tactical.
Sounds awful. What?
Tactical.
Well, I've had some military experience in my time, but I would appreciate your input on it as well, Byron. Being the, combat affluent type, I'm sure you have opinions on it as well.
Oh, I'm fine with it. I'm quite well with a bow. I don't know about close quarters, but some of them can be matched in this area anyway.
Well, the good idea is that, well, I'm sorry. The best way I can describe it is that if I'm leading the way, then when I get into the room where the potential enemy is, you follow in behind me, and then you can survey the area and best put yourself in a position where you can do the most damage, but still have a chance to move in, which I noticed during our last fight, you did exactly that. So really, I don't need you to modify anything. Just stay behind me and do like you always do, man.
Sounds good to me.
And if we have to do any more stealth-based activities, Nicholas, Siegfried, I'd appreciate y'all's input if we ever get into a situation like that. But let's make sure we don't have an enemy present first, because if we do, I want them chewing on me instead of you.
That is quite all right. I would much rather have them shoot at you two, as you are wearing the armor.
Thank you. So,
Yeah.
I did notice when we were going into the building, though, that we all seem to not really progress in the best form or fashion. Nicholas, if you're going to be doing Inquisitor work, perhaps you should go ahead and get certified as an Inquisitor again before you get arrested.
Yes, I definitely want to. So when I go see Barnabas tomorrow, I'm going to try.
Well, until
You
then,
guys want to come?
well, of course, we'll be happy to come, but until then, my status as a paladin can get us into almost anywhere. If you go in and say I'm an ex-Inquisitor, that doesn't carry as much weight being a retired Inquisitor as being a current paladin. I can go into pretty much anywhere where soldiers are at.
Okay, that's fine. I would, like you said, I'll let you lead. But if that's the case, and if we are a group, the case I'm working on might be a little hard for just me as we walked in, I guess you could say, to a greater threat than I thought.
And that's another thing I meant to ask you about. Siegfried was going in there trying to investigate his friend, but you seem to have some sort of personal interest in this as well. And considering the nature of what's been going on, I don't mean to pry, but if we're going to be hanging out together, I need to know exactly what it is that you're trying to do because it doesn't seem like you're just up there sightseeing.
As you're speaking, the waiter returns and he just sort of silently places your drinks in front of you, and he sees that you're all in a serious conversation. He nods and mouths the words "thank you" and steps away as he looks to you, Zara.
I don't even look at him. I just hand him a silver coin and a religious pamphlet.
Hey, I was going to pay, and actually, Zara opens up her coin purse,
Oh, that was a tip.
oh,
Siegfried throws in a gold coin as a tip.
Byron, I meant to ask
You guys
Byron,
throw that money around awful quick and awful easy. You need to be careful down around here. It's I know y'all might be like super rich and all that, but most of us down here aren't.
I'm not super rich. I just prefer that people that work hard should be paid for their.
Byron does make a good point, though. We might be jumped in a back alley and be filleted on our next turn around. I hate to say it, but there are people here that are stronger than us right now. We need to be careful.
I'm sorry. Would you prefer I break out my 77 gold and go somewhere and have them break it down so everyone knows exactly how much I have? Because I only have gold pieces on me.
Fair enough, fair enough. But we don't want to pass around too much too early. We might want to go through Byron at first since people around here know him.
as you guys are all saying that, Zara accidentally drops her coin purse on the floor, and she's like, and some things fall out, and she quickly puts them back in, and she looks around to see if anyone noticed.
Perception.
It would go based off of my natural perception, because Siegfried is just sitting there trying mostly to...
You're all welcome to roll perception.
I didn't see anything. Heard a noise and I'm looking around trying to figure out what.
I would say is that both Siegfried and Byron, your natural passive perception, you would have noticed this from Zara.
Well, you guys would have heard a loud tink and a dark, almost dice-like shape, but was very shiny, hit the floor, and actually several of them doing so.
Would you look at that? Nicholas and his wife play Dungeons and Dragons. Nerds.
No, they pay truck and trailers, gee.
She did say dice-like. May or may not be dice. But anyways, she did say that. She's like, oh, sorry. Oh, thank you for paying the tip, and well, let's do a toast. She picks up her cup of spiced wine. To Nicholas and my for our anniversary.
Yeah.
Speech, Nicholas, speech.
Yes, speech. How's the last 12 months been? Come on, explain it to us.
I'm married.
I've never been...
Byron, you'll find out. Toast to that.
I'll find out. That doesn't tell me anything. Is it good? Is it bad? What? It's leading up to the marriage. It's got to be great. What? You're married. It's been a year. Come on.
Well,
enlighten me.
If your mother-in-law is anything, you get my drift. Cheers! And he takes like a big gulp.
She does as well. Zara does.
Siegfried a bit suspicious, but cheers in and gulps it down and just goes back to hiding in his little chair.
And actually, as she kind of leans over to give everyone cheers and hit their cup, something kind of peeks out of the coat that Zara was wearing.